Okay. Falcons beat the Cowboys 27-21. I like it at Kirk Cousins. I'm getting ready to abandon ship.
Yeah.
I need to get a Falcons salute to service.
I love
hoodie.
it. I love it. I love that you did an interview with him yesterday with the Viking sweatshirt on. That was awesome. You should have took it off.
You know what? It would have been quite a sight with me in sleeveless T-shirt.
I would like to see that.
It could have been gun show. He could have swag surfed, and I could have gun showed.
How good are they playing? I mean, how good is he playing?
Well,
he's playing good football right now.
And he's so far removed from those first few weeks. The legs getting better.
Yeah,
he's
you don't
mastering
even notice
the
it
offense
as much anymore. Right.
And one of the arguments for him staying in Minnesota is, and remember how excited Kevin O'Connell was when we saw him after their first year together in Minnesota. Hey, this is the first time in 7 years he's got the same person in his ear. He's got continuity. He's accelerating his adaptation to this offense. I mean, I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep Michael Penix Jr. on the bench, but think of how much better he's going to be next year.
Yeah.
In Atlanta.
Agreed. I like their offense. Zach Robinson, came from the Rams and O'Connell and all that type of stuff. He's proven to me that he knows how to put game plans together, tie plays together, right? Give you a lot of plays that start out looking different that are the same or the same that look different, whatever you want to say. But Kirk Cousins is just phenomenal. He's the guy that I always use the word. He's surgical in the pocket. I don't know if there's anybody better in the pocket reading defenses. Him and Joe Burrow, to me, are like as good as it gets in football in that department. In the pocket, manipulating coverage or reading coverage so quickly you go, how the hell did he even see that and get to the second and third read that quickly? He's really phenomenal that way. And they found out how to get all these guys going on the offensive side of the ball. They got a damn good O-line, right? The running back is freaking special in Robinson. And, okay, you take Drake London or Pitts away. Hey, we got Darnell Mooney. He could scare you. They are an offensive football team that has a defense that's good, not great. They're just kind of looking to bend and not break throughout the day and hopefully make one turnover or whatever to give the ball back to their great offense, and they kind of outscore you that way. That's what they do. They got a lot of ways to beat on the offensive side of the ball, and that's the opposite of the team that they played, who has one way to beat you. Dak better throw for 500 yards to CeeDee Lamb, who gets 400 of those yards, or they can't win the game in Dallas, and Dallas is sucky-ducky.
Dak threw for 133 yesterday. He left the game with a hamstring injury. He also had a hand injury.
Of course he does. He's the whole freaking team.
He felt something pull, and he's never felt that before.
Yeah.
Now,
Running
I've
for
had
his
the
life.
hamstring, the pull and the pop. I haven't had the pop.
Yeah, no, that's
the pop
a whole
is
different
bad.
level. Yeah,
the pop is bad,
Right.
but the pull, that's something that takes weeks to heal.
Yeah, especially if it's high up on the hamstring, close to the butt, right? Like where that connects. That's always the kind of the kiss of death, where it takes a little bit.
I used to be very active in my younger days, and
Yeah.
I came back from that faster than I should have, and I hurt it again, and I had a big, nasty purple spot where it was torn.
Right.
So you got to be careful, and we
do.
see that all the time. You think it's healed, like Mike Evans. You think it's healed, and you're able to run, and everything's fine, but then you go to highest possible gear, and here it is again.
Exactly
and that's
right.
what Dak's going to need to be concerned about. It's Cooper Rush until Dak is able to go.
Yeah, it's night for the Dallas Cowboys is what it is. See you later. See you next year. You're like one game away from officially being that. But I don't really see any silver lining or light at the end of the tunnel to go, oh, they're about to straighten this out. Dak Prescott's hamstring pulled because he's running around like a chicken with his head cut off trying to survive every play. With their boring-ass offense and no talent around it, and the offensive line that's not as good as it used to be, and the running back said, who the hell cares who they are and whatever. I mean, I'm just being funny here, but they got nothing there. And then Dak is the one that has to take the blame because they put out crap on the football field there in Dallas.
Zeke gets left home because the tension, he comes back and he's barely used. Like, what am I doing here? And, we're saving him, and he's reportedly late for a bunch of stuff, and it all blew up. I suspect they told him you're going to be inactive for the game, and he didn't like that, so it's just like stay home. And I think it's just a matter of time before he's gone. It's not like he's got some huge contract to have to absorb.
Right.
He's entitled to the balance of his salary, his termination pay, but it's $625,000 at this point.
Right.
If he's that disruptive, pay him the money and tell him to get the hell out.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Let's hear a little from Coach Mike McCarthy and owner/GM Jerry Jones in the aftermath of Dallas's latest loss.
This is not a good time. I really regret this for all of our Dallas Cowboy fans. I will tell you this, that I've been around. I've seen Michael Irvin tear up and cry when he couldn't lose anybody because he's just recovering from knee surgery. Yet his ass came back and led a team to 3 Super Bowls. I know you can be there if you're there. That room's full of guys that can get it done. I believe in them, coaches and all. Personally, I'm a long way from being dismayed about our team, about this year. Not dismayed. I'm concerned. We should be concerned. We'll probably do a couple of things this week. Note, but if things work out the way we'd like for them to. But bottom line is that if you knew exactly what to do, then this wouldn't be the game it is in the NFL.
Jerry, are you still all in on 2024? Are you still all in on 2024?
Well, I am.
Well, I mean, we just really got to keep the focus narrow, and I felt like we were doing that coming into this game. We needed to win a game. I mean, I know what everybody wants to talk about, long term. We have 5 losses, so I clearly understand where that puts us, as far as what it will take. But, we got to get to winning. We're making too many self-inflicted wounds, and the disappointing part about it is, some are, repeated.
I don't believe they're going to make any moves this week. I just think that's more of the step right up and give us your money, Carnival Barker grift that I finally started to recognize this offseason. That it's not about winning Super Bowls. It's about having maximum interest and attention and people and money. And it's getting harder and harder to sell that. It occurred to me, I think Ron Vaccaro asked this yesterday in the viewing room, would Jerry fire Mike McCarthy during the season?
Right.
And he said a couple of weeks ago on 105.3 The Fan, during the kiss and make up return after he threatened to have those guys fired, he said he would never fire Mike McCarthy during the season. And it's like, boy, I vaguely remembered Jerry saying something like that 14 years ago when Wade Phillips was the coach. I would never consider doing that during the season when he was asked about whether he'd fire Wade Phillips, and he fired Wade Phillips.
Yeah.
Now, they were 1-7. They got blown out on Sunday Night Football by the Packers, 45-7. Something had to give.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't rule out anything. I don't know what it solves at this point.
No, that's the point.
Because it's not like like Jason Garrett was the coach in waiting, that they were in the process of trying to figure out, here's our guy.
Right.
Here's our guy, and this is the guy we're going to try to groom into the next Tom Landry, basically. That's what he envisioned with Jason Garrett. And there isn't a guy there that could do that. I don't even know who the hell you would give the job to at this point. You give it to Bones Fossil? I don't know who you give it to.
I mean, probably. But yeah, I don't think, what does it solve? I think that's the point. And I think, you go back in time, too. There was more expectations on that Dallas team. I think the Jones family.
There were expectations on this team.
Well, they are. But I think the Jones family can probably sit and when they sit to each other and go, we're not that good. Come on. What did we think we were going to do? And then, of course, with the injuries on top of it, no Micah Parsons, no DeMarcus Lawrence out there, I think they're going to sit back and say the things you said. What's it really do? What's it really solve? Who are we going to have be the head coach? Or is it going to make us just more dysfunctional?
Unless it just
unless we think we're good enough to be this.
Right.
I mean, right.
Unless they see that making a coaching change is just the latest chapter in this ultimate reality show that gets people talking about the Cowboys. But the problem is, who do you let take over? There isn't one unit that is like, wow, hey. Except for maybe special teams.
No, that's it. They got to play pretty perfect to win football games, right? They can't go for it on 4th and 1 and run the little speed reverse to CeeDee Lamb around midfield, get stopped. Oh, here you go, Atlanta. Go ahead, go down, score, or get some points here. No problem, right? That led to them going up 14-3. They run a fake punt backed up in their own area. Remember that play? I mean, I'm all for like maybe running a fake punt, but they just run a damn fade route and let the tight end, the punter throw it like one-on-one coverage like he's like an elite quarterback and that's an elite receiver out there. It's just the process of that was stupid. That led to points for Atlanta as well.
Maybe Fossil shouldn't be the interim head
coach. They're trying to manipulate stuff to get going because of back to what you're really saying is the Jones family and the Cowboys are not good enough players on the football field to realistically think that they're going to do anything. And we've talked about it. It's too much on Dak Prescott. I feel bad for him. Wait, settle down, get your hamstring healthy. Because I do. I feel like Dallas, it's over. They might beat some of the low-level teams in football, but they're not going to beat anybody that we're impressed by.
And they got some tough games coming up, too. Their next winnable game is Thanksgiving at home against
the Giants.
That is definitely the tryptophan bowl.
Eat
all your food before 4 o'clock, sit on the couch and fall asleep.
I'm going to stay awake because that's when the G-Men can win. I got to stay awake for that one.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.